Here's three problems where it says to solve the proportion. Remember, a proportion is just a fraction that equals another fraction. And to figure out how to solve it, we just need to get the x by itself. Right? Sometimes they're pretty straightforward, where like this one you can see to go on the bottom from 7 to 14 and multiplied by 2. So on the top, what times 2 would give you 6? Well, 3 would. So I can see right away that the answer should be 3. If you can't figure that out though, one good way to solve any proportion, whether it's easy or a little harder, is to use cross multiplication. Let's try it. X times 14 is going to be 14x. And if I cross the other way and multiply, I know 7 times 6 is 42. And if I divide to get the x by itself, sure enough, I get x equals 3. 42 divided by 14 is 3. Let's do a harder one. This time I'm just going to cross multiply. 2 times 11 on this problem is 22. And the other way, I get 5 times x is 5x. All right? So if I divide by 5 here, this one's not going to turn out as nice, right? It's not a whole number, but I would get x equals 22 over 5. Or if you made that a decimal, I think that's about 4.4. Okay, let's try one where we have an x with another term. Here it's x minus 3 on the top of that fraction. You can still do it, but when you do this, when you cross multiply, you want to find your single term. In this case, it's the 2. You're going to put it outside in parentheses, and in the parentheses is going to be your double term, x minus 3. Those are two terms, x minus 3. And then the other side is just going to cross multiply like normal. 8 times negative 3 is negative 24. Okay, now it turns into a distributing problem. Remember, we want to distribute, combine if possible, and then use inverse operations to solve. If I distribute the 2, I get 2x minus 6 equals negative 24. And then I have to, there's nothing to combine, so I'm going to use inverse operations by adding 6 to both sides. If I do that, I get 2x on the left side. On the right side, negative 24 plus 6 is negative 18. And if I divide by 2, x equals negative 9. Since the x is by itself, I know I'm done.